Hi, and welcome to the Ada K Show. I am Ada K. Brown, and am currently a criminal justice major, and I'm a deaf courtroom commentator. Grab a cup of Java, and let's dive in. Good morning, all my lovely peoples and my courtroom junkies. Welcome, good morning. We are now in day 2 of the Megan Boswell trials, where she is accused of unaliving her child, baby Evelyn. This is a very tragic case, but we've only been in one day. Today is day 2. And this judge ain't playing. He's already threatened the cameras, crew, or media with 10 days in jail for contempt of court should another flash go off in his courtroom. So let's just go ahead and roll on into court. Get ready for a long day. We also have the Cimatilli trial that's going to be starting later on this morning. So we've got 2 cases to follow up with. So let's hop on into court. Good morning, Crystal. Thank you very much. And play.
This is a video interview of Miss Boswell that Special Agent Fraley testified about, which I believe took place on February 25th of 2020.
Good morning. Oh, thank you very much.
I was able to multitask.
This is rolled out of bed and slap it on this morning. I did not want to get up. Oh, the bed felt so good.
Over the break, I reviewed the case law, I reviewed the rules, and it breaks down to this. It breaks down if it's in the sound discretion of the trial court, and I have to view the fundamental fairness of letting just part of the interview in.
Letting part, not all.
Versus letting the whole interview in. And reading the case law, I think one of the arguments by the state was, well, we didn't introduce the interview. We didn't introduce the video, the transcript thereof. The case law is clear that examination of the witness by a party is tantamount to introduction. So, for the fundamental fairness issue, I'm going to find that the entire video is going to be allowed. Now,
what did he say?
For the fundamental fairness issue, I'm going to find that the entire video is going to be allowed. Now, what that means is that the jury is going to see and hear from 17 minutes and 50 seconds to 41 minutes and 44 seconds. That's when Special Agent Fraley came in the room. They're going to hear, of course, then they leave. They come back at 55:15, and they're there until 1:05:28. And then after that, the officers leave, and she's either sitting there by herself or it's just an empty room. So my ruling, my decision is, Mr. Scott, when you cross-examine Special Agent Frey, you're allowed to play that video to comply with the rule of completeness.
Would you mind give me those times again so I don't mess it up?
1750 to 4144. 5515 to 10528. And I think that to comply completely with that Rule 106, it's not that you're just asking questions about what happened during those time periods. They need to see the video. I think that is the case law says that where certain aspects are brought out by one party, the other party has the right to put the whole in. And that's what I want done.
So,
All right.
Well, okay. I'm probably going to ask the same question, Judge, but I mean, do you want me to clip the video to just show that portion, or are you just going to have Mr. Scott start and stop with those particular?
I think because it'll have to be, well, here's the question. Are you going to move, if you're not going to move it into evidence, you can just play it, skip ahead and play it.
they'll have to move it
If
in.
you want to move it into evidence, then it needs to be clipped.
I'm not
So the parts that aren't played don't go back to the jury for there's no reason that jury needs to see her and her mama sitting there talking. Because there's nothing of value.
They won't consider that part. They'll change your
So
opinion.
now the question is, who's going to clip it and
I don't know how.
Not like that.
do what?
She asked me if we clipped it already, but we don't have a clip like that. So we have software to do it. It's just going to
Mr. Zelda,
Would you do that?
take a moment. So,
do you want this back?
yes, that might
You
help.
can reuse it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to take up this morning before the jury comes in, before you go clip videos?
I don't think, did I have this one? No, I'm good. I'm good.
I think that's enough.
No, I'm sorry.
Jim, is there anything we need to take up?
Nothing else for the state.
We'll be in recess till 9 o'clock. The jury's here. They're ordering their lunch, and then we'll get started.
All right, I'll try to get this done as quick as I can.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court stands.
All right, so now they're at break until 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I could have slept more. You mean I could have had more sleep? Dude. Really? I'm so sleepy. I won't lie. I am so sleepy. I just want to crawl back up in bed and stay there. I gotta wake up. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up. Well, I finally found my screaming goat. The kitty had it. She had knocked it off and was batting it around. Court's coming back already.
That's okay.
I need a cup of coffee so bad. But I'm so blessed to be here with you. I'm excited to be here with you.
No, take a chair from here.
All right, is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Bench ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
We need to get this off.
I'm kind of interested in the way this girl comes into court and her body language. It's kind of weird.
Just beginning cross-examination, especially.
Don't we have a motion hearing for Karen Reed today as well?
Bring it to them.
Oh my God, that's right. We have the Karen Reed motion hearing. I'm going to have to create another live. I forgot about that. I don't know what happened, y'all. I'll get you. I got you. We're gonna go back. I apologize, guys. I don't know what happened. We've been a little glitchy lately, and I don't. It's not on my end. I apologize.
You know this, okay. You know like
For sure, but I just places.
if
If
you
I tell you where I think you all of that.
and look where yourself. Yeah, but don't we need to bring her on, man. Don't wait us on like this going too long. Okay, this is for your
Thank you,
baby.
hon.
This is to give her the proper where she is.
There's only two places I can make the fresh shoe feet.
Where she
She
is.
said they put her somewhere close to, I think she's somewhere at Dad's or at his house.
Okay, his house.
Maybe somewhere like, that like, the dog store. I think she's either there or she's somewhere at Dad's. Or she's somewhere close.
Underneath the docket hunters.
I don't know if she's underneath there. I'm just,
Is that what you're trying to tell me? I'm not putting words in your mouth.
that is just my theory. She has to be
No,
more like
no, I don't want, we're not looking at fears, son. You need to bring her
She
home.
said, he said that she was somewhere close to the only two places I can think that he would take her.
You're not honest with you. Okay, but you know this part.
I don't know for sure. I'm trying to help you all. I swear I am at this point in time.
This is the ending. Okay, let's bring her home to bring her home.
There's a bunch of places I think that he would even have time to take her. She doesn't know very well.
Well, regardless of time, there has to be a reason that you would know that. Okay, because that
He said she was somewhere close.
in that time, there's only X amount of places she could be. Okay, but you're specifically narrowing down those two places, right? You know.
She said she was somewhere close.
Help me with this, Megan. When he took her out with the driver, how was she dressed?
That picture I have of her, she said her old penguin suit.
She's in the penguin suit. She wrapped up in her blanket.
She was wrapped up in
Did you give her to him?
a picture
You picked her up, or was she?
on the bed.
So,
I held her for hours, so I didn't want to let her go.
that's okay. We need to bring her home. Okay? We need to bring her home today. Just tell us where we can
Thank you
get
so
her.
much,
I don't
beloved.
know for sure. I told you, or I think she's at.
Okay, hold on. You held her for hours.
Yeah.
She was in what? How was she dressed?
That picture of me and her were sitting outside the trailer, and she
Yes.
was smiling, and she had that little purple thing on.
Yes.
So she was sitting
And she was wrapped up in a blanket.
like a dark colored blanket, a thick fleece blanket.
And he took her from you. Where did he put her? What car was he driving?
I read the car.
The red car? Did he put her in the trunk?
I don't know. I didn't go out
Did
there.
you go outside with him?
It
What time of day was it?
was close to the dark.
Was it close to dark or was it
It was
dark?
close to the dark.
What day was it?
I don't know what day it was for sure, to be honest with you.
So, how long was he gone?
Less than an hour.
Was it 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes?
Maybe like 45. And he kept saying she's somewhere close, Papa.
Did he ever take you back to where it was? Between then and now? And this was in December, early December. Was it after you started working at the
It was
chicken?
after Trevor.
How long after?
Not too long.
You started on Monday, right?
Right?
Was it Tuesday?
No, it
Was
was
it
a
Wednesday?
week or two after.
It was a week or two after.
Closer to 2 weeks.
So about December 10th. What do you remember about that day? Did you wake up or what happened?
I don't know.
Good
I was
morning,
so wrong. I
Tab.
don't think I did. I think he did. It was an accident.
So he was sleeping in bed with you? Was the three of y'all together? In the bed?
Between us.
Okay.
I should have put her just on my side. I slept in there with every night of her life before that, and I never once rolled over on her.
But when you woke up, she wasn't breathing. Is that what you're telling us?
My head was like buried in her pillow. She wasn't breathing.
Okay. So there. So do you tell him, hey,
I was panicking. He was like, well, you can't be calling when we're both going to
Why
go to
can't you
jail.
call someone
Because he said we were both going to go to jail if he didn't care.
for her just rolling over, or you rolling over on
Okay,
him?
guys, I'm gonna go live on the other
Wrong
channel.
person.
You'll see me
I
talk,
don't
but you
think
won't
I
hear
was
me.
running. I don't know if he did an accident or what. Like I said, I slept with her like her whole life before that. With her up against me right next to me, I never rolled over on her.
We need to bring her home, man. You need that peace. Mom needs that peace. Everybody needs that peace. We need that peace. Help us bring her home. You're the only one that
I
knows.
told you all the only places I know he could have went.
Where? Name it.
My dad's in his house.
When you say your dad's, where are you talking about your dad?
I'm ready for you.
Because he wouldn't have taken her inside the house and said, hey, Tom,
Well, I don't know. I think he was
I
on.
would take her back to Tommy's.
He said he was going to take her somewhere close.
See, I don't think he would have taken her to Tommy's. That's too much of a risk. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
What if your dad would call him? I don't think she went there.
Look, can you all just please check and then
We're going to check
it?
everywhere we believe she may be.
Okay.
But again, we need to understand where she's at.
I don't know for sure where she's at.
When you say for sure,
I just have guesses and I've told you two
Good
what they
morning,
are.
everybody.
why has Hunter never
Karen
spoke to you
Reed
about
is
this?
starting.
When he came back, what did he say?
I'll put her somewhere close.
Did he say how he put her?
No, I
Did he
didn't
throw her in
want
the
to know.
trash can? Did he throw her in the lake? Did he bury her?
I didn't want to know.
What did he say?
Just that she was somewhere close and not to worry about it.
Megan, you've lied to us for 6 days now. I need you to be truthful with me today.
I am being truthful.
No, just hear me out, okay? I need you to be truthful with me today. We're getting there. We need her brought home. She don't need to be laying out in the woods in the cold anymore. She needs to be buried. She deserves that. You need to help us bring her home. Please. Tell us where she's at.
I don't know for sure. I really don't. I don't want to know.
I think you do, Maggie. I think you're scared to tell.
I don't. I told you the only two places I think she could be.
When you say the boat dock, what do you mean by the boat dock?
I don't know why the captioning's not showing up.
I don't know. Maybe he buried her there or what.
Did he mention the boat dock?
No, but he said he took her somewhere close and he wasn't gone very long.
Did he drive away with her? Was she placed in the trunk?
I don't know for sure.
You didn't look out the window.
No, I didn't want to.
Who did you call?
Nobody. I was scared to call anybody.
Did he call you while he was gone?
No.
And it was dark. Close to getting dark.
It was dark by the time he got back.
It was light when he left and dark when he got back. We need to bring her home. If she's laying out there somewhere, she deserves better than that.
I don't know. I told you the only two places I could think he could take her. What are you all going to tell my dad when you go to search his property?
What should we tell him?
I don't know.
Is she buried on that property?
I don't don't know if she is or she isn't. I really don't know. There's so much places I know that he didn't have time to go to because
Did her take a shovel?
no.
Did he take a trash bag? Did he carry her out in that blanket, a box, or a box? Jump up in the
I
box?
stayed in the bedroom. I just had her wrapped up in a dark colored blanket.
How big was this blanket?
It was like a normal size, like fleece blanket.
So when you say wrapped her up, so you describe that to me.
Like, you know, you swaddle a baby.
Okay. So did you leave her face exposed?
So it sounds stupid, but it would be cold, so I wrapped her up in a blanket.
So she was her whole body was wrapped up.
Except for her face. You know how you swaddle
So
a
her face
baby?
was open.
You know how you swaddle a baby?
Mhm.
So I wrapped it up. I didn't want her to be cold.
We don't want her to be cold anyway. She's still out there and we need to bring her home. And you can help us with that part.
There's only two places I'm trying to go look for. I need that.
So Hunter's dock, underneath Hunter's dock.
Or just around the dog.
Okay.
I don't think if he did take her to his house, he's not stupid enough to, you know what I mean, put her somewhere inside the house. His dad owns property right next to that place too.
How long did you hold her?
For a long time.
All day?
I didn't want to let her go.
How did you know she was dead?
Because she wasn't breathing. Her eyes were open.
Her eyes were open.
She wasn't breathing. I tried to give her CPR, but it was like, she was already gone.
How did you try to give her CPR?
Mouth to mouth.
What else?
That's it. I just held her. Like,
Did she gag or anything while you were trying to give CPR to her?
no.
How did she feel?
What do you mean?
Was she cold?
No.
She's still warm? What about the color?
She was still
Was she blue?
No, not really.
What did she look like?
Just like her. As the day went on, she got colder and put up her in the blanket because I didn't want her cold.
And you don't remember what day that was?
No. I know it sounds bad, but I'm just trying to block it out of my memory as much as I can.
Where would you look at your dad?
I don't know if there's a lot of property back in there.
Back behind his house? So where does that connect to? Where does the back of his property connect to?
I don't know. I don't know.
So you,
Yeah, that's what's there, and then that creek and like right up to the asphalt, stuff like that.
you're shooting one of those asphalt piles.
I don't know, I really don't.
Is there a lot of asphalt piles on his property?
I don't know if there is any or not.
So I've not been out there, I don't know, I'm asking.
I don't
Again,
know.
that's what I'm trying to do, man. Help us bring her home. She don't deserve another night out there in the cold and alone. She needs to be brought home.
I don't know, I really don't. I don't know if he took her in the trash can or not. When he came back, it was gone. I
Good
didn't want to
morning,
ask.
The
Angela.
trash can and the trailer was gone.
I didn't want to ask.
Was there a dumpster anywhere there close?
I don't know, you'd have to look
No, to where you, when you lived there. What did you normally do with your trash?
to get to the road and the trash can.
So you said to the trash can, just the inside trash can, the outside
On
trash
the inside.
just when you kept in the kitchen.
I don't know if he took it with him or not. I didn't want to know.
You said you sit there and looked at it.
Yeah.
When you woke up and she wasn't breathing, trying to give her CPR. What did her eyes were open? Were they bloodshot?
No.
Were there any bruising around her eyes?
No.
She just looked like she always did, just like she was at peace asleep.
No, her eyes were open.
Her eyes were open. Not bloodshot or bruised.
Not really, no.
Because I can't help but think that's probably a lasting image that you think about Evelyn. So you know her bloodshot eyes were bloodshot or not, or black, and you're not saying they were.
No.
Okay, that they were just open.
I didn't want to let her go. She wasn't cold when she started to get cold. I thought that the blanket around her, but I didn't want her to be cold.
What woke you up? Was she choking or crying
No. I just woke
or
up.
kicking?
No.
Ooh, he's right, y'all. I'm talking about Karen Reed.
If we talk to Hunter, what will he tell us?
The same thing he's been telling you, that he's never met Evelyn because he told me not to tell anybody that he would go back to jail.
If he has never met Evelyn, how do we make that connection that he has?
I don't know.
Was he ever out in public with her? During this time, how long had you all started dating?
Not long.
Talk about not long, like a week,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks,
A
a month? So prior to you starting at the chicken shack, you
No, I didn't know him.
didn't know him. So the first day you met him was an interview for that job?
Yeah.
When was that?
I don't know.
You started on Monday.
Right? I think it was a couple
The
days
day
before.
before, like on Friday or Saturday?
It was probably like a day or two before.
Did you go there in person and fill out an application?
Yeah. Evelyn shut the
And that's the
door with
first
Mother
time?
and Bailey.
Okay, and that's the first time you ever saw him.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I just filled out an application, that's it.
Did he ask you out on a date?
No, not until I started working there.
So you started working, he said, okay, you're hired. You started working on December 2nd, on Monday, correct? And then start farting at work. And tell me what happened, Joe, got on a date, Monday night, Tuesday, tell
I
me
don't
about it.
remember the day, I really don't.
Whatever day, whenever you say the first day after the application, that you, that was the first time you met him, you started working, which that, we know that's on a Monday, that's easy. Y'all started flirting at work. Did y'all go out Monday night, that first night?
No, I don't remember what night we went out. I'm just being honest, I really don't.
Okay. But at some point, he started staying with you at the camp, or at the trailer.
Just one night.
He stayed in one night. Then you said he stayed a couple of nights.
I didn't say that.
You said he had slept together.
Just the one time.
Said y'all slept together in the bed with her between,
Me and him.
not with her.
She slept in between us.
And so I'm saying, you said you'd done that a couple of nights and you
No, I said I've done it 1,000 times where she slept with me. Like her whole life, she slept with me in bed.
And then the one night he stayed was the first night he met her, correct?
I mean, no, he'd seen her like in the car with me at the chicken shack.
Okay. Like a couple days.
Hey, Taz.
When you
Hey,
went to the application,
June.
when you applied.
You got the entry yesterday. Y'all,
I
Karen
came
Reed
to
is
the parking lot.
live
It
and
wasn't me done. I had her in
emotional.
the car
Want
with me.
When was
to
that?
hear it.
I don't know a day.
But you told these guys the other day, y'all went through a timeline. I think I wasn't in there. But y'all went through a timeline.
I don't remember what day I met her in the parking lot. I really don't. Then it opened, I came back to the drive-thru after I left, and she was in the car with me too. In the back seat, the car seat. The pink and gray one you all have.
Mhm. Do you think he took her in that trash can?
I don't know, but it was gone. I never wanted to know.
I
That's
agree.
the only two places.
I don't know where else it's close. I think my dad owns those storage units across from the trailer. You know what I'm talking about?
Does Hunter have a storage building rented from him or something there?
No, but I mean,
Or do you?
no, or abandoned.
What would he put the baby in there?
I don't know. You are asking me guesses. I'm giving them to you. He likes the lake a lot.
Does he have a boat or anything like that?
He used to.
When you talk about the boat dock, you mentioned boat dock. What do you mean by that? Does he own a boat dock or?
They're behind his dad's house. If you go to 217 Sandy Point Drive and look in the backyard, there's 3 huge ass boat docks. I promise you will not miss them. They're wide.
That's
Have you
what
been to that house?
I-
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I did.
Okay.
But of those 3 huge ones that you have, which,
I don't know.
where would you think?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. The only thing I think of is maybe put her in the lake or something.
You think you would walk in from there and walk down to the lake?
What do you mean?
What do you?
There's no water there right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You would have to walk down the dock and walk to the lake.
Well, you can get to the lake not too far from my trailer. Because it was Lakeview Mobile Home Park before my dad.
Is there a place you can drive down from there?
I really don't know, to be honest. Isn't there like an access, something on Sugar
That's
Hall?
what I'm asking. I don't know. There is. You're talking about the ramp, the new ramp they built down there? There is. You talking about the one on Sugar Hall, or you talking about the one on the Long Bridge? Just before the bridge. They built a new ramp down there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. Which one are you talking about on Sugar Hall?
Well, I just passed the one that's just Sugar Hall access part.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me talk to my mom.
You're welcome. Let us put this baby in red. Okay? You come off that part. All right, we talked. This is-
Those are the only places I know for you all to go to work, I swear.
You're pausing.
Positive.
Listen,
Those are the only places you can
so
get there.
you're telling me all these other stories that you told. All those before, those are lies. This is the truth.
This is the God's honest truth.
Okay, that timeline, all the dates that you gave, all that stuff prior, all that stuff was made up. And why do you want to come clean now? What benefit do you have?
I don't, but you talk to me. To be honest with me.
Is it for me or is it for your baby?
For my baby, but you're the one who were like, hey, like, it's been going on long enough, you know what I'm saying?
It's time to put an end to it. You have no idea.
I told you the only place that I think you could have went in that short time frame.
I'm gonna step in here, I'm gonna try to look in the map for most places.
Can you bring me a map and I'll try to mark on it where I think?
You didn't agree with anything?
Okay.
All right, well, I'm gonna grab a chair. Here we got some maps. Let's see. That one. This one. Okay, 543 Muddy Creek. Is that his dad's?
No, it's not. This is his dad.
Okay, so we got 3 maps here. So here, just take this. Again, I know they're kind of small. This is where That's where you were staying, I think, right? That's
Yeah, that's Buffalo Road.
Okay, this is Sandy Point Street.
Yeah.
This is Muddy Creek Road. And this is where your trailer was, right? Is that right
Yeah.
there?
Well, where's the access part of Sugar Hole Road?
So,
Is this it right here?
you got Sugar Hole, and you should have the Ball Bridge here.
Maybe I should have the Hole Road away. Okay, so right across from here, there's like a storage building, like going back up towards that, whatchamacallit.
But you said those are empty, right? Or,
It's
and
just
on
like,
those,
I don't know.
okay.
I thought my dad might have this earlier.
You just mark wherever you think, like I said, you mentioned that he had just a limited amount of time.
Well, those are the only places I came on this map.
Okay,
that
but
really
then
went
you just
to.
mark where,
This is like the storage unit.
and is that the boat dock?
That's the access part of Sugar Hole.
Where's his dad's house? Is that here?
Yeah. Well, I don't know anywhere else except for there and Muddy Creek.
Okay, well, just mark that, mark what that is, boat docks, put your lakes down. Is his,
So I just put Randy's house.
yeah, that's fine. Okay. Anything else you can think of? And if you don't care, just mark, I don't think storage. I think from what you're telling me, if she's in one of these two places, so just write what she was wearing if you don't care. And that's just whatever, what'd you say her clothing was? Was it a real jumpsuit,
Yeah.
purple fleece,
Sleeper.
and a sleeper, or was she wrapped up in a blanket? Now, those, hey, this might be hard for you. Write down how she was. Her eyes open. Just like she was sleeping, right? No bloodshot, but they were open. She was warm. And all her color was there. She wasn't blue or gray or anything like that, right? Okay. All right. And that would have been 1st of December. Okay, is that right? Like the first week,
Second week, probably.
second week. And that's December. Anything else you can think of? Anybody else you think Hunter may have told? His best friend is, I mean, I'm just asking, you may or may
The only
not.
person I know that he's really close to is his mom.
Do you think she knows anything?
His mom would defend him like to the end of the earth.
Okay.
Because I know exactly he's gonna be like, well, I didn't have anything to do with that. He's gonna go back to jail, and his mom will like that and support him on whatever the hell he says to her.
What else has he been in jail for?
I don't know.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I don't.
All right. Let me go out here. Do you need to leave, or do you want to hang out here? What do you want to do?
Well, I can't leave.
Huh? Why not?
I figured you all were going to arrest me after I told you.
For what?
For withholding information.
Why would we arrest you?
For withholding information and impeding an investigation.
Well, here's how this works, and again, I'm not talking too much, but I need you to understand. Number one, I need you to understand that I'm not gonna lie to you about anything, okay? That's not what I'm in the business of doing. I need you to understand too, that we confer with the DA's office, okay? Before we make any kind of decision like that, that's out of our hands. But I need you to understand that I can help you, okay? You've not helped yourself at all during this whole ordeal. You know that. You're not done. No way in shape or form are you done, Maggie. You're smarter than this and what you've let on. You have lied repeatedly, more times than we, and to be honest, didn't you go on the news last night and say that TBI, who? You go on the news last night and tell that TBI is not doing our job. You've been up here 100 times. How many TBI agents you see running around? How many Sullivan County investigators you see running around? How many FBI agents you see? We are breaking our backs to bring her home. Then you go out there and do that. That bothers us. But again, we're not in it for anything but to get and bring her home. And you hold the key to that. So with that being said, we're the only ones that can help you. And what I mean by that, and I want you to hear me out, what I mean by that is that when we talk to that DA's office and they say, hey, what did she, well, they're going to say, hey, because we have talked to them, we know she's lied for 6 days now, 5 days, whatever it is. I haven't seen her. Many of us have not seen a full night's sleep in well over a week because of this. But when they go to and say, hey, what did she tell you other than the lies? Because how many lies have you told us? How many? Dozens? Just say it. Let me help you. I'm here to help you. How many lies have you told us? A lot. Every day you've talked to us, right? I need to go to him, the DA, and say, look, I get it, she lied. She was a scared mother who didn't know what to do. Okay? But today, when he and I were in here and talked to us, when you first talked to him, she started to tell us the truth. That truth is what's going to be able for me and him to go to the DA and say, hey, we know she told all these lies. She's telling the truth now. We can help her. We'll go to bat for her. And that's what we're willing to do, is to go to bat for her. Regardless of how many lies you told, we can start over right now. And I can go to bat for you and say, hey, look, she was scared. We just need to bring her home. Like, you need to help us do that. This is a start. But you should, again, you just need to understand my perspective. You've been lied to before. How did it make you feel?
Bad.
And that was over probably something trivial. A boyfriend lied to you about going out with a girl or something like that. We're trying to bring her home. Dozens of guys out here and women out here, and in Quantico, Virginia, Nashville, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia, are all working this thing. That's all we're working right now, to bring her home. Help me tell the DA she was finally the key that brought Evelyn home. I need you to be honest with us. Can you be honest with us?
I am being honest with you.
Is there any place other than here that she is that you know of?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Anything else you think might be important? Anything else you want to tell us? Okay. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I mean, I can't go to.
You're not under arrest. I say all that to say that to be clear. You're free to go. Just you tell us if you want to hang out here, that's fine. We'll continue to help you out. But again, the lies are over.
They are.
We can't help you unless you tell the truth.
I am telling the truth.
Okay. You're tired? You want to go outside?
Can I just stay here?
Yes, if you need anything, you know, come in the door.
Is Angie?
Who?
Angie?
She is.
Can I stay with her?
You want to sit with her in here?
Can I stay with her in her office? Or we have to sit?
You'll get finer. Just sit tight. You got food here, okay? Is that right?
Thank you.
Agent Fraley, is that a fair and accurate depiction of your interview with Megan Boswell?
Yes, sir, it is.
Judge, I would move that as the next exhibit. Judge, may I approach the court reporter?
Y'all, that
Fraley, I
video is
wanna,
pretty damning.
I guess, go back
That's
over
pretty
some of
bad.
the things she told you.
Hey,
She
everybody. Hi,
testified
Jude.
under
Hey,
direct
she will.
examination that she had told you she
We
knew
have
the
the
baby
Karen
was
Reed.
dead, not missing.
Just know we have the Karen Reed hearing going on at the same time. So once again, I got 2 lives at the same time. You see me talking but don't hear me? It's okay.
Correct.
Now, I didn't really see that initial thing in the video. Was that somewhere else? I mean, it's obvious from the context of what you all are talking about, but had that happened before that video?
Yeah, and in my notes, she'd also talked to other investigators, and that was the first day of the 6 days or whatever day we were on that she told us that she was dead instead of missing.
Okay, do you know when did she tell you or did she tell someone else?
It was in other interviews, and again, we were all working together.
Okay.
And it, she'd, like I said, she'd talked with other investigators, but that was the first day. And then after that was revealed, that's when Detective Licklider and I brought her into this room and started talking to her again, trying to clarify.
Just so we can clarify a few things for the jury, I think it becomes apparent, but there's a lady in a jail uniform as this video starts.
Yes, sir.
That's Angela Boswell.
That's her, Megan's mother.
And
yes, sir.
You all had arranged for her to be brought to the sheriff's department to meet with Megan?
Yes, sir. She asked to meet with her and was able to do that.
And then as the video starts out, you start talking about he back a lot. And later the name Preston or Hunter Wood comes. Is that the he you all are talking about throughout that video?
Yes, sir. It is Hunter Wood that we referred to as her boyfriend.
And at some point, I guess the other thing I noticed just so for the jury's context, in the video, you all refer to her as Maggie.
Yes, sir. Her name's Megan, but she was called Maggie. I think she told us that's what her nickname was from her real name.
That's what her family called her.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
So she provided you with several locations that she thought the baby could be in.
Yes, sir.
And one of those was Tommy's property.
Yes, sir.
That wasn't me. That is their stream. What?
Connected together here.
Yes,
I don't know
they're-
what
they're
happened.
Connected here. Their offices are in the same building.
One large building.
Yes,
connected.
sir.
So she did not leave there from the time of that interview until she was arrested.
I don't think she did.
Now, when did you first search Tommy Boswell's property?
That would have been March 6th when Evelyn's body was found.
So was there some reason you didn't search the property from the time she told you on February 25th until March 6th?
I can't recall specifically why we didn't, other than she had told so many lies. We didn't know if this was true or not. So there wasn't solid evidence because she had lied so much that this was the truth. So
Are you certain the property wasn't searched before?
not by me. No, sir. It may have been searched, but
Was it searched by the TBI or do you know?
I don't recall. I wasn't out there until the 6th that I recall.
Okay.
There may have been other detectives, agents, FBI, Sullivan County, or even TBI for that matter.
As far as TBI goes, who was in charge of this at the time?
Agent Gratz was the case agent, David Gratz.
Who was the field office manager?
Christopher Wilhoit, he's the assistant special agent in charge.
What was your position at the time?
I was to assist Agent Gratz in the case.
Okay. So you went there one time to that property?
That I recall, yes, sir.
on March 6th.
I'll be showing you what's been previously admitted as Exhibit 17. Agent Fraley, you previously identified this photograph as how the trash can was found when you
Yeah,
there.
yes, sir. It looks like the ones from yesterday.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, yes, sir.
All the monitors are off.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying
Okay.
to, I have to look at the data.
Okay.
The power surge.
And I believe is this the position the trash can was in when you found it?
That's representative of, like I said, once the door was open, on how the trash can and the bags were there.
When you say it's representative, was the trash can moved and put back in place, or is that exactly how it was?
In this particular picture, I think that my best recollection is that's how it was. It wasn't. At some point in time, I did remove these and we stopped because the weight of the trash can, believing that Evelyn might be in that trash can. But like I said, my best recollection is that was the way it was when the door was open and we first saw that.
Okay. At some point after picking the trash can up, was it placed back in the same position for more photos?
I believe, yes, sir, it was.
Okay, so some of the photos we saw yesterday, the trash can was not exactly as you found it. It was to the best of your ability to put it back. Is that fair?
Yes, and this probably, well, I don't want to probably, but yes, that is correct. It was moved and then replaced. And then, like I said yesterday, we stopped and made some phone calls after we confirmed or believed that to be Evelyn's body.
And the trash bag, the black trash bag, that's ultimately where Evelyn's body is found.
Underneath, it looks like, yes, there was a black trash bag on top of the one that's in there.
Where did you find the body? And what I mean by that is, did you find the body in the trash can after you had removed it? They're giving you a pointer.
Oh,
so if you
okay.
need that. After you had
Thank you.
removed the trash can from the building, or were you still in the building when you found the body?
Best I can remember, sir, was, like I said, we opened that door and we saw those items. Now we had the knowledge of, she had said that there was maybe to look for a trash can. So that alerted us. Red flag went off, if you will. That time, I think I removed some items on top of that and maybe moved the can. But like I said, once I felt the can, it had some significant weight to it, more so than a regular trash can has household trash in it. Removed some items off the top of that, and then that's when I first saw the leg of Evelyn's body. Like I said, maybe replaced it or resituated the best I can, stopped what we were doing, and made the appropriate phone calls.
So you say you replaced it.
Set it back, yes, close to.
Set the trash can back in. Did you set the stuff back in the trash can that was on top of the body?
I don't recall putting those items back on top. I think once those items were removed, and some of the items I remember specifically, there was a bread bag, an empty bread bag that was in that top portion of the trash. And I recall it having a September 2019 expiration date, which again alerted us that, hey, this wasn't there like the rest of that stuff I testified to was obvious to me. It had been there for years. And now you had these couple bags of trash in this can that looked out of place or looked more recent. And I think, well, after seeing that, opening that bread bag with that date, obviously that date gave us an idea that this was a window of time that was recent, that fit close to the proximity that Evelyn was reported missing.
So the black trash bag in Exhibit 17, it appears to be pressed down in the trash can. Is
Yes,
that correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
So at some point you took it out of the trash can.
Yes, sir. That was, as I best recall, that was the first thing removed from that can.
Agent Fraley, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 15.
Okay.
Is that the same black trash bag?
Yes, sir. As best I recall, you could only see that portion in that last picture, and that's after it's kind of been opened
Okay.
to inspect the contents inside.
Okay. So that picture was taken after you open the door, obviously. You take the trash bag out of the can, or did you?
I can't recall if I did or not. Like I said, I think I did, because to inspect the bigger bag that was down in the bottom of the can with Evelyn's body.
Okay, did you place the black trash bag back in the can?
I can't recall if I did or not. Like I said, once we confirmed that was Evelyn's body, or what we believed to be, we stopped. I can't remember if I placed it back in there or set it to the side.
Now, I assume there's a protocol to how you all would handle a scene like this. Could
Yes.
you walk me through that?
Well, typically, like I said, this was a looking for Evelyn's body, because based off of what the phone call had come in to come there to search for items that he had said had been brought there and placed in the yard barn. We found those items. I think Detective or Special Agent Gratz and Haraz with the Sheriff's Department started looking, inspecting, and made the decision to take that. And then the process of that led us to the just to look in the playhouse where we found these items. So for protocol, I guess there's not a checklist to start looking, but once items are found, the protocol is to photograph those, bag those, seal those bags, mark those bags, and ultimately send them to our TBI labs for examination.
And I assume the protocol would be not to contaminate other pieces of evidence there. You want to keep everything as separate as possible.
As best we can.
You described the situation where you all placed her body on a clean body bag.
Yes, sir.
And I think you said y'all put wax paper on the porch prior to doing that.
I think it was like butcher paper, this rolled butcher paper, then the body bag on top of that. And then as we were removing the contents of the trash can, it was onto the body bag.
The black bag, when you inspected it, anything significant in it?
Like I said, the only thing that sticks out is that bread bag with the date. Kind of, like I said, that other stuff had been there for years, it appeared to me, and the others. And this appeared to be recent, and that date on that bag, I recall.
Okay. If I could approach the court reporter, Judge. Agent Fraley, I'm showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 11. You recognize that?
It looks like, yeah, that's one of the pictures introduced yesterday.
Okay. What does,
That's the playhouse with the door open, showing the trash can inside the doorway.
and that's the front porch of the where you ultimately place the body bag, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you could, do you have that pointer still?
Yes, sir.
Could you point for the jury and show them where you placed the paper, where you placed the bag?
Can you raise that? Does that raise up anymore? Okay, yeah,
Is
that's,
that better?
yeah, it was on this porch right here.
And take that one down. Actually, if we could go back to that for just a minute.
Okay.
Over here on the side, can you see what looks to be like wire?
This right here.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to show you another picture.
Okay.
Does that appear to be the same wire?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that appears to be an accurate representation of the porch at some point during that night.
Yes, sir.
We'd move this as the next exhibit, Judge.
$46.
Go.
Let me see everybody over here. Do it again. All right, go ahead, Mr. Scott.
Agent Fraley, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 21.
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize that?
Yes, that was one of the photos introduced yesterday depicting the removal of the trash bag containing Evelyn's body from the can onto the body bag.
And that was done on the front of the porch, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Was, at the time you all did that, the wire and stuff, was that kept away from that body bag, or?
Best I recall, we moved those items in order to clear the front porch to do this.
Okay, to keep from contaminating anything, I see.
Well, to provide room as a flat space, the most convenient place for that. But it was, like I said, right there on the front porch. I think it was moved off to the side of the playhouse.
If we could go back to the last, actually. We'll put back up Exhibit 46. Exhibit 46, I'm showing you around the wire and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Does it appear to you that there's some leaves and debris under the wire?
I can't make out, I'm sorry, I can't make out exactly what that is.
I've heard some. Do you recognize what that is?
Like I said, that's a little clearer picture. That's not.
What is that a picture of?
It looks to be a portion of that picture.
Sorry.
Is it up in this portion here? That area, is that a zoomed in of
Yes, sir.
that area?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a little clear.
Okay, do you recognize that picture that you have in front of you?
Yes, sir. Like I said, it looks to be the middle portion of that. And it's a little clear now that it does appear leaves, maybe some grass or hay or something there underneath that wire in this area. And also it appears maybe 2 insect pupae right there.
If I may, I would ask that the picture is identified with the next exhibit.
No, go, Jason.
We'd ask to publish this at this time. Agent Fraley, is that a better
Yes, sir.
picture for you to
Yes,
describe
sir.
to the jury?
It is.
I believe you said you saw some leaves.
Yes, sir. It looks like maybe right there.
Uh-huh.
And that might, that area right there is on what I said looked like grass or hay, possibly.
Okay.
And then, I'm sorry,
Oh,
those two right there is what it said looked like insect.
You described those as pupae.
Yes, that's,
You talked about pupae yesterday. What's pupae?
it's just where an insect, once an egg is formed, it's formed as larva. In the middle of that stage before it fully develops into an adult, that's the stage of that.
Okay, so the egg would be laid and then it forms into this. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
That pupae, do they move on their own?
Yes, they're living organisms, and they feed, which, like I testified yesterday, it's common with human decomposition that the eggs are laid on that decomposing human flesh, and that's where they develop from there.
You say they're living organisms, but in fact, a pupae is an insect in its inactive, immature form between larva and adult.
It's in the middle.
It's an inactive form.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
So they don't crawl around, do they?
Like I said, the eggs are laid and then they develop into an adult.
Okay, that's the stage before they become larvae, which would move around.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you about the so when you found the body in the trash can, it was in a bag, correct?
Yes, sir.
Evelyn had leaves in her hair.
I don't recall that. I don't recall that.
Okay, were there any leaves in that trash can?
I don't recall.
You say you don't. when you say you don't recall, I guess I want you to clarify that you say, I don't remember, you saying I don't remember, or I
Well,
don't remember?
even reviewing the pictures yesterday, I don't remember saying, I mean, it's been 5 years, but even reviewing those, I don't remember seeing leaves inside of those.
So you don't think there were leaves in the trash can or her hair?
Like I said, I don't remember seeing those even after the review of those photographs yesterday.
Okay. I want to talk about the body. Obviously, when you find it, you had to move it to some degree.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you would have done your best to have placed it back in the, you moved it out of the trash can and then placed it back like it was, I'm assuming.
No, sir.
Okay, tell me what you did.
Are you talking about removing the body and then putting it back in?
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay,
That's incorrect.
okay, tell me.
No, once we went into the playhouse, opened that door, saw what we saw, the trash can, the 2 bags that, like I said, were obvious to us that they didn't match everything else in that playhouse. It was, and then confirming, like I said, with the information that Megan had provided to us, that the trash can was in play. That first black bag removed, and then like I talked about the empty bread bag that had expiration date, that confirmed this wasn't in the time frame of this other stuff with the dust and the cobwebs. Pulled that off, and that's when the odor of decomposition appeared or was present.
Oh, sunny day.
Pulled that.
We're over also, I have a
that fleece
live
blanket
that
back, and
is
then that's when I
the
saw the leg
motion
and
here
the
for
foot.
Karen Reed. And I
That's
don't
when we
think Andy
stopped.
Bev is going to side
that
for the
point.
defense.
Then made our phone calls.
They're trying to get
Forensic
back some of the
pathology,
finances. They feel that
Medical
the expense
examiner, DA's office.
prosecution
our
knew was
So I assume you made as minimal of movement as the body as possible.
Yes, sir.
But
Again, because we were number one trying to confirm if that was her. We were optimistic and hopeful it was. And once we verified that, at that point, we stopped and waited on them for guidance.
But it would be fair to say you moved the body.
Absolutely, we did.
You had
But
to be,
like I said, not from the trash can and then
Right.
put it back.
but you had
just-
to move it within the trash can in order to see what you were seeing.
No, again, just pulled the blanket back and saw that leg and foot. We didn't, the body wasn't moved. Now it may have moved when we moved the trash can, but we didn't physically touch the body,
So,
remove it, and replace it.
so fair to say you didn't try to move it, but when you moved the trash can, it could have moved.
Yes, sir, it absolutely could have moved.
This is a very long
Side by.
in the Karen Reed trial. Boy, she is watching with intense.
Did you collect any evidence there yourself? I know, and what I'm saying is typically, at least for the jury, I'll explain the question. I know you know what I'm asking you, but typically a lot of law enforcement people are there. One person may collect this, one person may collect that. Did you collect any of the evidence there?
I recall when we first got there and we were in that yard barn where all that evidence was. I think Gratz wanted, Special Agent David Gratz wanted all of that taken. I think I assisted in that. And then, like I said, then went to the playhouse, found Evelyn's body, was active in processing that. Those bags, what wasn't sent to the forensic center for autopsy, which included Megan's body and the clothing, the blanket. Those other items were collected. They were transferred from that scene over to the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department, where we continued to process. But I think I was party to that as well. So I think to answer your question, what you're getting at, if I collected evidence items, and yes, I did.
Do you know which items?
I'd have to look at those lists because they were, it was voluminous in the items that were collected. It was dozens, I believe. I'd have to see that list to refresh my memory.
Because that's all the questions I have for Agent Fraley. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Redirect.
Okay, guys. For those of you who have been watching the baby Evelyn trial, the detective is getting off the stand or about to. They have been discussing the testimony.
Mr. Scott asked you
we're
some
in
questions
recross.
about the moving of the body after you located it in the trash can. When you first saw the trash can and the black bag that was in there, how would you describe them as far as where they were positioned in the trash can?
Like I said,
Well, thank you,
trash can,
June.
as we've seen in these photographs, the black bag was on top. Then you see it kind of opened. That's where the bread bag was. After that was removed, then was the white trash bag. After that is opened, then the next thing visible was the gray and white fleece blanket. Pulled that back, and that's when I first saw the legs. So if that answers your question.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, was the black trash bag just sitting on the top, or had it been pushed down inside, or did you have to, in other words, did you have to pull it out of
I pulled it out, yes, sir.
Okay. And the white trash bag again.
All right, we're back with Karen Reed.
Yes, it was compressed almost to a degree of compression that it created like a vacuum coming out when we removed the bag from the can.
Okay, so it wasn't just gently placed.
No,
on top of it.
absolutely not.
All right. And to the extent that you have already testified, you did not in any way, once you located the body in the trash can, manipulate it, pull it out. You didn't pull the trash bag up to look and see what else was in there. You all didn't do anything else with that until the medical examiner arrived.
No, like I said, we stopped. And even once it was removed, it was a gentle process where it was removing the bag containing the body, tilting that can onto the body bag on the.
Thank you, Agent Fraley. That's all I have, Judge.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm tired of hearing
Trash
that
can, you all
woman
moved
sigh.
outside of the building before the medical examiner got there.
It's like this is putting her
I
out.
can't
Bitch,
remember
please.
exactly,
job.
but that we could have moved that to the front porch to remove that black bag with the bread bag and then placed it back. I can't say 100% if that was done, but it could have been.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's all, Judge.
Is he need under subpoena?
I have served an additional subpoena on him should he be needed later.
Agent Fraley, thank you for your testimony in this case. You're still under subpoena, so you'll need to remain.
Okay.
You ready for this witness, Judge?
Yeah,
Statement called Tommy Boswell.
unless anyone, did any of the jurors need a brace? Jurors, right hand to be sworn, please. I gotta give you your microphone. Raise your right hand.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Tommy Boswell Senior.
Solemnly swear affirm testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir.
Yes, sir.
Speak into the microphone, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
If you would speak like Judge asked, speak up close to that microphone.
All right, how's
There
that?
you go. That's better. You're Tommy Boswell, is that correct?
Yes,
And Mr. Boswell, where do you live?
543 Muddy Creek Road, Bluntville.
All right. Is that here in Sullivan County?
Yes,
And you are the father of the defendant, Megan Boswell, is that right?
yes,
She's your daughter? Okay. And Evelyn is your granddaughter?
yes.
All right. Now, Megan's mother, who was she?
Angel Boswell
All right.
or Jones.
Okay. And two of you, are you still married?
No, we've been divorced since 16.
2016?
Yes.
How long were you all married?
17, 18 years, something like that.
Okay. Megan lived with the two of you when she was growing up?
Mainly lived with my mom and dad.
Okay. And where did they live?
Right below me, we lived on the same piece of property.
Okay. They're on Muddy Creek?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, at some point in time, did you have problems with Megan that eventually led to her being placed in foster care?
Well, that's her mother's fault for not sending her to school. And she'd come to stay with me. And then she wanted to go stay with her mom. I said, you got school. We got to go to court Friday. And I said, you don't go to school tomorrow. I said, they will send you off. Well, she went to stay with her mom. Mom didn't send her to school. Went to court. State took her.
Okay. Now, let's back up a little bit. This was after you and Angel were divorced?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. How old was Megan when all this took place?
The divorce or which part?
When Megan went into foster care?
I think she's about 17.
Okay. She in high school?
Yes, sir.
Now, while Megan was in foster care, were you aware that she had a child?
Yeah.
Okay. And who was that child?
That was Evelyn, my granddaughter.
All right. Do you remember when she was born?
I'm so nervous today. I can tell you the date if
All right. Just November 2018.
that's right.
Sound
yeah.
about right? Okay.
Welcome, puppies
During
and
this time that she
pizza.
was in foster care, were you working with DCS to get her back into your custody?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I done everything in my power.
Okay. What sorts of things were they having you do?
I'd meet the foster care parents on different weekends. We went to church events, different things like that. And then they finally let me get her on the weekends, and then she'd come over and stay.
All right. And she have Evelyn during this time with her?
No, Evelyn wasn't born then.
Okay.
Y'all, is this the
Did you do
father?
that after Evelyn was born?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Evelyn was born while she was in foster
Foster
care,
care.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Sunny Day, please tell
Now,
me,
at
does
some
this
point
the
in
father?
time, did Megan or Maggie come back to live with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
I don't remember the exact dates. But it was after Evelyn was born.
All right. Okay. So Evelyn's born in November 2018.
Yes, sir.
So it was some point in time after that.
I can't remember exactly the dates, but she was real little whenever they come back.
All right. And that's to when you say she came back, was that to your house there at Muddy Creek?
Muddy Creek, yeah.
Okay.
Megan and Evelyn come back to my place.
So they were both living there with you. Who else was in the house all the time?
I had my little daughter and my son, and then my soon-to-be ex-wife.
That's a nephew look from
And she
Karen
had her
Reed,
little
if I ever
baby
saw
partner.
one.
All right. When you say soon to be ex-wife, that's someone different than Angel, correct?
Yes, this is Ashley
Ashley. And when you say Ashley, what's her last name?
Rosenbaum.
Ashley Rosenbaum. Okay. Were the two of you married at that time or dating?
No, not that time. We were engaged.
Okay. All right. When Megan came back to live with you, was she working? Did you help her out? How'd she support herself?
I support her.
Okay.
I support her when she's with them people.
All right.
Bought her whatever she needed and give her money and stuff.
Okay. Well, tell the jury, because we don't know what sorts of things did you do to help her out?
I give her money. She had my credit card number. She'd get stuff on it. I mean, if she needed anything, the baby needed anything, I seen to it they had it.
Um, we heard some information that came out earlier today about Megan having a car. Did you have anything to do with that?
I bought her a brand new car, paid cash for it, get $20,000 cash for it, and her the title to it.
Did you help out with expenses for taking care of Evelyn
Yes, sir.
while she was living there?
Yeah, I bought everything while she was there. Bought diaper genies, just whatever baby needed.
So how long did Megan and Evelyn end up staying there at the house with you?
I don't know exactly. I don't want to lie to you. Just a few months. It wasn't that long.
Okay, just a few months.
Yeah.
Well, what happened that caused her not to be living with you anymore?
Not clean her room, to be honest with you. I mean, I had my two little ones. Ashley had her boy part-time. And then we had Megan and my granddaughter, and Megan didn't want to clean her room, and that's causing problems between me and her.
Okay. So did she leave your house?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did she go from there?
I think she went to my mom's for a few days, and then she she went to the trailer park.
Okay. Judge, could I see exhibit number 1? Should be a diagram. I mean, I'm sorry, not 26.
Matt, I need the code.
Mr. Boswell, I'm going to show you what's been admitted as exhibit number 6. Do you see that on the screen in front of you?
Side
Yes.
by.
All right. Does that look like an accurate diagram of your property where you live out there on Muddy Creek? You recognize
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. And if you're looking at the diagram up there at the top, it says Tommy Boswell trailer.
Yeah.
Is that where you were living? Is that
Yeah,
where you live?
that's a house. It's not
Okay.
a trailer.
Okay. And then down below that, what's labeled as residence, is that the trailer where your mom was
Yeah,
living?
that's where mom lives.
Okay. So she left your place up at the top there, Tommy Boswell,
Mhm.
and then she moved just down, same piece of property, but there to where it shows as a residence.
Until her and Ashley got the trailer cleaned up and ready for her to move into it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now, do you know how long she lived there at your mom's residence?
No, I don't, sir. I mean,
Was it a long
I
time?
stay,
Weeks, months?
no, maybe a week or two.
Hello,
Wasn't long.
Jesse. How are you doing, babe?
So where did she go from there?
To the trailer.
Okay. When you say
Trailer park.
okay, did you or your son, family members own a trailer park?
Yeah.
You're referring to it as a trailer park, but
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't know what that is.
yeah. We owned a trailer park, and we give her a trailer.
Okay. Where was this trailer park located?
I can't even think the name of that road.
Is it here in Sullivan
Yeah, it's
County?
here in Sullivan County. It's Sugar. I can't even think the name of that road, sir.
Did you say Sugar?
I think it's Sugar something. Is it Sugar Holler?
Sugar Hollow. Okay.
Is that the name of it?
Okay. Well, I can't answer that. I'm asking questions. So
Okay.
you got to answer.
Yeah.
All right. So was that something you owned or your son owned? Or
My son owned.
Okay, your son owned it. So how was it? Explain to me exactly what happened as far as Megan's living arrangements were concerned there at the trailer park.
What do you mean? She
Well,
didn't have to pay no rent, no light bill. I mean, she didn't pay no bills. If
Okay.
that's what you're asking.
Okay, so you had a trailer out there and you let her go live there.
Yeah, and I paid all the bills.
Okay. Did she live there by herself or who lived there with her?
As far as I know, heard this her and Evelyn.
Okay. Do you remember when this was that she moved into that trailer?
Goodness, no, I don't, sir.
Okay. Would you say,
All this stuff I've tried to put back in my brain and to want to forget it, and I'm trying my best to remember it. And
well, I appreciate that. Okay. So she and Evelyn are living in this trailer by themselves out on Sugar Hollow. Is that right?
Yes, speak up.
Yes.
Okay.
I see you shake your head. Yes.
Okay. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. If you need a minute, let us know.
I'm good.
Okay. Did you ever go out and see Megan and Evelyn when they lived there at the trailer?
A few times.
Did you see the condition of the trailer, what it looked like?
Most of the time I'd stay outside. She'd come outside to be pretty because I'd look around, pick up garbage and stuff.
So
But a couple times I went in, but not that much.
Did she have Evelyn with her?
Yeah.
When you were out there? Okay. So did there come a point in time at which you realized Megan was no longer living there in the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
Nah, I don't remember the dates.
Did you do something as a result of the fact that Megan was no longer?
Oh,
living?
yeah. I told her, I said, if you're not going to live there, I said, you need to let it snow. I said, we need to rent that.
And did you do something?
Yeah, I told her, I said, if you're going to live with Hunter, I said, you need to move your stuff out.
And did she do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have to clean it out or do anything to it before you could re-rent the trailer?
There's a guy worked with us. He took care of the park, as you say. He got free rent, and he cleaned it up and done stuff like that and mowed.
Well, do you remember what the condition of the trailer was when Megan moved out?
It was pretty dirty.
Okay. Did he have to do anything, or did you have to pay to have anything done to the trailer to be able to re-rent it?
Oh, yeah.
And what was that?
Just cleaned all the furniture and stuff out and cleaned it up, and they had to replace some of the floor, which was bad.
Did Megan leave anything behind in the trailer, or you know? Did she take her? Well, let me ask you this way: did she take all her stuff with her?
Jesse, I
did
was
go
saying
through.
goodbye on the other live. That's why you couldn't hear me.
So
I had two lives.
hired.
on.
He did, and I told him, I said, whatever's left. She said she didn't want, and I said, there's a truck there, load it in the truck, take it to landfill. That's what we done. Whoever moved out, we clean them out. That's what we
Landfill.
do.
Okay. So you loaded up a bunch of stuff in the truck and
Dumped
or
it.
had this guy do that?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know where Megan was staying? You said she was no longer living
She's
in your
supposed to have been
trailer.
living with Hunter.
Okay. Was that Hunter Wood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Was that, as far as you know, was that her
Look at the
boyfriend?
rings on that guy. He's got money.
Had you met Hunter?
Look at the gold necklace on him.
Not at that time. I know.
He's a redneck pimp.
Okay. Do you remember when the first time that you
I said it.
met Hunter was?
Goodness.
I shouldn't have ate.
It was either when she come up Earth Angel to get my two little ones.
Hello, Haley
or
Mouse.
when
Good
we
day,
went
my
to,
dear.
Gatlinburg for Christmas or Pigeon Fords.
Okay. So you went with, well, let me ask you this. Who did you go to? Pigeon Forge with?
Hunter, my son, and his family, and me and my family, and Megan and Hunter went.
Okay. And when was that again?
That was the day after Christmas or the day before Christmas. I can't remember exactly.
All right. So it's around Christmas.
Mhm.
You met Hunter.
Yeah.
Who was he there with Megan?
Yeah.
All right.
I could have met him before that and don't remember it now. I don't want to lie to you, but that's the best of my knowledge.
Okay. Did your trip there at Pigeon Forge, did Megan have Evelyn with her at the time?
No, sir.
Did that seem unusual to you?
Yes, I asked her
Okay. You asked her what?
where Evelyn's at.
Okay. Did she tell you?
Said that Ethan had her.
Okay. Do you know who Ethan was?
Yeah, I met Ethan. He's a nice young man. I thought a lot of Ethan.
Okay. And who did you think Ethan was at that time? Or who did she say Ethan was?
Well, they used to date,
Okay.
but she said Ethan was the father.
Okay.
And he wanted to see Evelyn. He'd been in the Army. So I said, I'm gonna stand back. If he's gonna man up and want to see his child, I'm gonna let him see her for a while. Then after a while, I said, enough's enough. It's my turn.
So at that
Grandpa's like,
time, when you
bring
went on
that
this
baby
trip,
back.
she told you Evelyn's with Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you thought that was a good thing.
Yeah. I mean,
After this trip to
I don't
Pigeon
know yet.
Forge,
I'm trying to keep up.
did you see Megan after Christmas?
here or there, very rarely.
I'm sorry. could you
Just
repeat what you
here or there.
Yes,
not
this
that
is
much.
Megan's
there, okay.
father. Let me pause this. This is Megan's father, Evelyn's grandfather. So with that, who is the biological father of Megan? Is it Ethan or is it the other guy? But we'll find out. Drama
Did you see
continues.
Evelyn?
No, last time I seen Evelyn was on Thanksgiving.
Did you ever, in those times that you saw Megan after Christmas, did you ever ask her, hey?
Yes, I asked her numerous times.
Okay. And what did she tell you?
She kept coming up different stories and different lies.
Okay. Well, what was she telling you?
First, it was Ethan had her. No. First, let me back up. I'm sorry. Hunter's mom was watching her.
He's got so much gold
And then
on
she
him.
come off with Ethan had her. And after it went on for a while, I said, I'm gonna do something about this. Well, she told me that Ethan wouldn't give her back. I said, hey, let's go get an attorney. I said, he can see his daughter, but I said he's not taking her.
Okay. What did she say when you told her that?
I can't remember exactly.
Dawn, are you sure? Because I thought she was like 17, 18 when she unalived the baby. And the baby was only 13 months. I got to figure this out. Now I'm
She said,
confused.
Dad, give me a day or two or something. She stopped, get her something. And then just lie after lie.
Any point in time did you ever see Evelyn?
No, last time I seen her was on Thanksgiving, sir.
Okay. So at some point, did you make an ultimatum to Megan about seeing your granddaughter?
Yeah, I told her and I told her mom.
Okay. What'd you tell her?
It was on a weekend. Oh, excuse me. I said, come Monday morning, which I told this to her mom. I said, come high hell water. I said, I'm going to get on the phone. I said, I'm going to find my granddaughter. I said, I don't care what I got to do. I said, I want to know what's going on. I said, enough's enough. And that's when I got on the phone and made the phone call.
She was 15
That
years
Monday morning.
old when she was 15
And
months old. She was last seen. Never mind. Wrong.
Did you talk with, who did you talk with?
I don't know. I can't remember all their names.
Okay. Was it somebody at DCS?
Yes, sir.
Department of Children's Services?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what did you tell them?
I just told them I told you I hadn't seen my granddaughter and I was worried about her.
Did you tell them how long it had been?
Okay.
Since you'd
I'm
seen
looking.
your granddaughter? Okay.
And then I think they got me in touch with that Miss Constance, said her name.
Well, I can't answer questions from you, Mr.
Oh, well, I'm
Boswell.
sorry,
So
but I
if you
can't remember
that's
everybody's
fine. If you
name,
don't, that's fine as
But
well.
I think that's her name, Miss Constance. If
Okay.
I'm saying it right.
And Constance, does she work at DCS?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you talked to her about, again,
Yeah.
the fact that you had not seen Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened after you made this report to the Department of Children's Services?
It wasn't long. The detectives was up there, best I can remember.
All right. So after you report it, then you start meeting law enforcement officers
Yes,
to come to
sir.
talk to you.
Yep.
Okay. Did you cooperate with them?
Oh, 100%.
All right.
Okay, sorry to bust your bubbles, y'all, but Megan Boswell was 17 years old when she gave birth to her daughter, Evelyn May Boswell, in November of 18.
100%.
I just knew it didn't sound right. I'm not trying to
do anything.
Not trying to be mean, y'all, just trying to be accurate. Just trying to be accurate, not mean.
They come out there to your place, your property out there on
Yes,
Muddy
sir.
Creek?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now,
Very well could have been a different
this would have
pregnancy.
been,
Yes.
this was sometime
Very
in
well could have
February
been.
of
But
2020?
with this baby,
Is that
she was
right?
17.
That sounds about right.
Okay. Did you keep up? Obviously, at that point in time, you realized something was going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Um,
good.
Did
I just want to know what
you,
time when she got
as
pregnant.
time went on, continue to
With
talk
Evelyn.
to and cooperate with law enforcement? Talk to them about what was going on?
Hmm.
Keep in touch with them?
Oh, yeah. We stayed in touch.
All right.
Oh,
Now,
that was a good
on-
stretch, but no. I'm
You
so
remember on
sleepy.
March the 6th of 2020, calling the TBI.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He's got
And
false
what was the
teeth.
reason that you called them on that day?
Me and Ashley was talking. Her and Megan used to switch phones all the time.
Ashley and Megan
If you
were.
could, I think Mr. Scott had trouble hearing what you said.
Trouble hearing the first thing.
If you could start over and repeat what you just said.
About Ashley and her switching phones.
Well,
Oh.
Which part?
I think the beginning part of it.
Oh, when I called TBI?
Yes.
Okay, well, before that, me and Ashley was talking.
Okay.
They used to switch their phones all the time.
Okay. When you say they, are you talking about
But Megan and Ashley, they'd switch their iPhones and trade backwards and forwards.
Okay.
Why?
And I told Ashley, I said, call that TBI guy back and tell him he can have that phone. There might be something on that phone. Because I prayed and prayed and I mean, done everything I could to help them. And they come back and got the phone.
Okay.
When they got the phone, they got to the gate and I asked Ashley, I said, what about that stuff Megan put in down there in Dad's building? She said, I don't know. I said, well, call them back and tell them to go down there and look in it.
All right. And did you all call them back?
Yeah, Ashley did.
Okay. And as a result of calling them back, did law enforcement then return to your property?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what did you do once they arrived there at your property?
I told them about the building because I come in one day and I remember seeing her car backed up to the building and the door raised.
I'm sorry, could I see Exhibit 6 again?
Oh,
Sorry, Judge. All right. Mr. Boswell, you see Exhibit 6, what's been previously introduced, Exhibit 6 again.
Yes, sir.
All right. There should be there's a laser pointer right there when you're standing up on your witness stand right there.
This?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you push the button, you described a vehicle being backed up next to the shed. Can you on there
Let's see.
point where?
This one right here,
Okay. You've indicated on there what's
right there. It's got a roll up
all
door.
right. That's the one directly below what's listed as residence.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so after you showed that to the law
We
enforcement
went
officers,
down there, I rolled the door up. There's a pile full of stuff. And as I was walking away, I saw there's her playhouse back her dad had built for her. They said, can we look at that? And I said, do what you need to do.
okay. Let's back up just a second. When you rolled the door up to the shed,
Mhm.
oh.
you saw stuff in there.
Just clothes and miscellaneous stuff like
All right.
that.
Had you at any time in the months leading up to that been in that shed at all, or had anybody been in that shed to your knowledge?
That one there where her clothes are at, yeah, sometimes we're in and out that one because we got some stuff we keep in there.
Okay.
I wonder if he passed by that. That
So,
body would have
After you
smelled.
look in that building,
That would have been
Would-
a strong, pungent odor. I have a problem
I'd
with
show
that.
them where let me show you on the thing.
yes, if you don't care.
Let's see. I can't really see it from here.
His
Right
whistling through
there.
his teeth is driving me crazy.
As a playhouse.
Playhouse.
All right.
Yeah. As I was walking away, I said, that's the playhouse my dad had built for Megan.
All right. And when was that built for Megan?
See, we moved there in 03, probably around 04, 05. He built a barn, and when he got done building the barn, he had some leftover lumber, and he built a playhouse out of it.
And that was built just for Megan?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else ever use it or play in it or?
As far as I know, no.
Okay. And again, in the months leading up to sheriff's office showing up there, had anybody been in that playhouse?
As far as I know, no.
Okay. All right. Your property, Mr. Boswell, in order to get onto the property, is there any gates or?
Yeah, I got a
anything
fence and a gate.
Okay. And what do you have to do in order to get past that
It's
gate?
like a key fob, remote control. You just push it and the gate opens.
Okay. And if you don't have the key fob, you can't open the gate.
No, but you can walk around it.
Okay. You can't drive. You can't
No,
drive.
no. There's no way you get on my property.
Okay.
No,
Did
gate ain't open.
did Megan have a key fob?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So she could get onto the property if she wanted to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you ever give a key fob to Hunter?
No,
Okay. Did you ever see Hunter up on your property without Megan?
no.
That goes
Boswell, do you
to
remember
her
giving,
being there when they
permission?
dumped the
I know you
baby.
said you cooperated with law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
She can't
Do you
blame
remember giving permission
him
to,
without
the
her being
sheriff's office
implicated.
to film the entrance to your property with a drone to show the location of that gate and where the shed and playhouse were?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I remember.
Okay. And do you remember reviewing that drone footage prior to coming into court here today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did that footage accurately show the location of where your gate was, the trailer on the property, as well as the shed?
Yeah,
playhouse?
yes, sir. Nothing's changed.
Judge, there's a video drone footage that Mr. Boswell's identified. I'm going to move to make that an exhibit, and we'd ask to publish that to the jury.
Any objection? The full exhibit number 48.
So did she remove the other baby that she was pregnant with at the age of 13? Did she give birth to that baby? What happened to that baby? What happened to that pregnancy? Inquiring minds want to know.
You just went away.
I think that he would have cared for that baby all by himself if she would have given the baby to him.
Stood up and went.
He's got money. He's comfortable. I mean, he may not be filthy rich, but he ain't hurting, especially with all that gold hanging around his neck, wrists, and hands. You know?
Yeah, I can see it.
He would have cared for that grandbaby just fine. Why she had to unalive, I do not know. Nice property, y'all. That ain't no redneck. I mean, it's mobile homes, but that's nice property. He ain't hurting, especially by that standard. Gorgeous properties in Tennessee. I was surprised how green everything was in Tennessee. It ain't like that here in Texas. Things are not that green for very long. Only a couple of weeks, and then it starts turning brown. Or that dark olive.
Judge, I think I'm just going to.
I'm going to turn this in.
I was really surprised how green Tennessee was when I went. My daughter and I went up there for 3 weeks. Best vacation, only real vacation I've ever had. Best vacay I ever had. I want to take my son up there. I was born in Bristol. And at the age of 5, almost 5, I left. I was adopted by a military couple, and we ended up moving around for the military. So, went to Manassas, Virginia, went to Nolens, to a base out there, went to Petaluma, California.
Mr. Boswell, in the video that was shown, the trailer was labeled Omami's
I'll be
residence.
right back.
Yeah, that's right.
Just so we're clear and the jury doesn't get confused.
Yeah,
Omami,
yeah.
Who is that, or what?
That's
is that?
my mom.
Okay. Is that a nickname that?
Yeah,
Megan
it's a
had?
nickname.
Okay.
We always start calling her.
Okay. So that's where she lived.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Boswell, at any point in time, did you ever see, or did Megan ever come up to your property with Hunter and have Evelyn with her?
No. Not that I can remember of, no.
Okay.
Because the last time I seen Evelyn was on Thanksgiving.
Mr. Boswell, one other thing that was shown in the drone footage there,
Mhm.
there was a camper that was sitting in front of
Mhm.
the trailer. That camper was not sitting there
No,
back
no,
in 2020.
no,
Is that
no,
right?
That's right.
Okay. But everything else as far as
Everything else is actually the same.
positions to the
Yeah,
buildings.
other than the camp.
Okay, that was accurate. Thank you, Mr. Boswell. If you would,
Okay,
answer any
you're welcome.
questions, Mr. Scott has for you.
Can I get some water, please? Something to drink.
Tell you what, before you start, let's take our morning break. We'll take about 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
One stand, please.
Okay.
Maybe seated there.
Mr. Boswell,
Mhm.
during this
Yes, sir.
break, you're instructed not to discuss your testimony with any other witness or allow any witness to discuss their testimony with you.
Okay,
You can step down. We'll get you a ball.
okay, thank you.
15 minutes.
Judge, just so the court's aware.
All right, they're on a short break. Of course, when I leave, they go on break. Ugh. Y'all, I have heel spurs on the bottom of my heels. It hurts. They hurt to walk, y'all. Okay, I think we can zoom. Haley Mel, so you confused with the mom of Colin Griffin who found not guilty yesterday, Don Brooks. She was 13 when she had Colin's brother. Y'all, everybody's going ape nuts over that verdict. All the lawyers, everybody I've seen is like, what? I want to know who they bought. Who they paid off. Who got to who? I would have hung that jury. I would have hung it. Hey, Kale, how are you? I'm just gobsmacked that person. I wonder what the jury is thinking. They get home and find out that man unalived his father by the same way. I find the MO the same. He was coming at him with a knife. He's coming at him with a knife. That's the same excuse that he gave for his mom. I'm just overwhelmed with that trial. I really am. I had a hard time falling asleep last night thinking about that. By the way, the Secret Service swarmed a black-clad man who tried climbing over the White House fence after saying "F it." And there's a video of him climbing over the fence. I'm like, seriously? I think I'm going to switch over to, yep, that's the feed I'm on. Yep, we're good. Oh my gosh. I have, that cat really got my nose. It's still trying to heal. Yes, please like, subscribe. If you did like, put comment ILIKED in for the drawing at the end of the day for the $50 gift card at the end of the month. Yeah, well, Texas on the West Coast, north and west is supposed to get a ton of snow. Where I am, it's supposed to stay hot. It is in the 80s here, guys, in February. Usually around my son's birthday, which is coming up in a very short while, we always seem to get a big snowstorm or we always seem to get something. I don't know. We'll see what happens this year. It's a crazy year. Mm. Oh, Kenny G has a saxophone collection for 2024 Best Saxophone Instrumental Love Songs. All right, how many of us danced to Kenny G at high school or junior highs? I didn't go to dances, so my parents didn't allow us to go to dances, so I can't say that I did. But how many of us remember Kenny G? You work for KitchenAid and the color of 25 is butter? What do you do for KitchenAid? I love KitchenAid. Hook me up, girlfriend. No, I'm kidding. I got 3 KitchenAid mixers, but all of them are real loose and wiggle, so I have to take them in and have someone tighten everything up. He does feel better today, but he's got that migraine hangover. So I'm gonna help get the door for a little bit. You had a blue saxophone? When I was in band, saxophones were 2 colors, silver or blue or gold. We didn't have blue. 64 in Temple? It's probably about the same here. It's supposed to get up in the 80s though. Oh yeah, no. I know I have a guy that knows how to take it apart and tighten everything. You work for customer service. Cool. June, you and me both. Well, I think you're older than me, but he was in the 90s. I was out of high school by then. I saw him in concert once too. He was good. 42 there? What is it here in Curvatch? What's the weather? 67. I was right. It is close to the same. 67. Wow. Well, yes and no. I will tell you as a professional cake designer and baker that I was for a long while, um, there's something about the quality of that mixer. It's just good. Okay, so you're 12 years older than me. Well, you graduated 12 years before me. I was born in 71. You mean I'm not the oldest one on the live for a change? That's a first. Somebody asked why did my eyebrows look shaved? Um, Ever since I went through all that chemo, my eyebrows, they grow thick on this one, thin all across this one. Thick right here, nothing, and thin here. So I don't really shave them. I keep them trimmed real short because and then this one grows back real curly here and the rest is straight. It's just crazy. I know, baby girl. Go love on Bobo. Cuisinart's good too, since they go. I have put my KitchenAids through the ringer. Oh my gosh. I put them through the ringer. Y'all, this break is more than a short break, y'all. So the state of Tennessee was founded in 1796 per the state seal. You got people coming in. Oh, I'm just looking to see if we got anything cool. I'm just I need coffee, but if I drink it, I'm gonna get a false caffeine high. And then I'm gonna plummet again. I told my son, I can stay up all night and be up for 24 hours and be fine right now, but I go to sleep and get up early. I'm ready to crash at 10 o'clock, between 9 and 10. Ooh. I'm just looking to see if there's anything fun or interesting. Let me see if there's an interview. Trying to see if there's an interview or anything with Griffith from yesterday. Because that guy is free today, out and about, and nothing anybody can do about it. I think the judge was floored. We did have the Karen Reed motion hearing this morning. Um, I nope, no interviews, but a lot of people going. Me, are you going? June. I don't know where June. Oh gosh, you are a baby. You're only 30 years old. You know what? I hated it when people called me a baby at 30 years old, and look what I'm doing. I am, see me soon, Tess. There's not a whole lot, but okay. I would like to be back there. Everybody's saying they did not see that coming. Criminal defense attorney Mark Griffith. Everybody with Colin Griffith is like, we're just shocked. You were born in 96? Oh my God, y'all are babies. I'm just shocked at he got off. I'm sitting here looking at all these thumbnails. It was a talk of the night, I will tell you that. But the one that I loved the best was RA's face. He was like me. What? Oh, y'all young, just stop. I think the opening statement wore down the prosecution and the defense. I think I think the prosecution's opening statement wore down the jury. Okay. So Megan Boswell is back in court.
2 felony convictions. They are dated, they're dated 9/24/2014. They're entered, I guess, 10/1/14, so that would be the working date the judgments were entered against him. One is for, sorry, I had the wrong judgments. I separated. Let me start over with that. I propose to impeach him with 2 felony convictions, one from aggravated assault, judgment entered 12/11/14, and one for kidnapping, entered 10/1/14. Obviously, those are over the 10-year time limit, but I would suggest that the court, given that the delay in this trial caused in large part because of COVID. This started in COVID, and if you'll remember, when this started, I think the court was trying no cases. And I think the docket really, nothing was being tried for several months there afterward. Ms. Boswell did have a counsel change, but as I recall, I came in on the first date. I set this trial date and never asked for another continuance. My approach?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he should be going away for life, but he should go away for a while. That's for dang sure. Like the lady, what's her name, who who unalived her baby and tried to unalive herself because she was forced into this cult marriage. She got life. I don't understand it. And she did it in the midst of this was he knew what he was doing. This is planned. He knew what he was going to do. He told people what he was going to do. If he hadn't told anybody, I'd be more of heat of the moment self-defense, but he planned it.
Here's the time period. Evidence of the conviction of this rule is not admissible if a period of more than 10 years has elapsed between the date of release from confinement and commencement of the action or prosecution. If the witness was not confined, the 10-year period is measured from the day of conviction rather than release.
So they're trying to bring up the history of the father. I do believe people can change.
It looks to me like the prosecution was commenced February 25th, 2020. Right? That's when the affidavit of complaint was signed. And that would be the commencement of the action.
Yes.
So 10 years from 12/11/14 will be 12/11/24.
Well, that 10 years is just 25. Sorry, dude.
That means that for purposes of Rule 609, it's within the 10-year period.
Oh,
Because says he got straight probation, so there was no period of confinement. So you go from the date of conviction.
Yeah, Carly Gregg. You're right. She should have been an an NGRI. Yeah, she should have been an NGRI. If anybody should have been, it should have been her.
Sentence that was imposed on 12/9/14.
Yeah, and this kid unalives two parents and walks free. It ain't right. They would not have liked me on that jury.
June, are you following my law?
Yes, sir.
So these are both felony convictions. They appear to fall within 10 years as contemplated by Rule 609A, B. So you'll be allowed to ask about this.
Thanks.
Yeah, I do expect you to follow 609. And you ask him, if he says yes, that's the end of it. If he says no, then we can move from there.
Yes. Just so I'm clear, I can ask about each offense. I can ask if you're convicted of kidnapping on this date, you're convicted of aggravated assault on this date. Yes. Judge, do you want Mr. Boswell back in the witness stand?
So, June, what was their overall verdict on that?
Now, are we ready to proceed?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I was so tired yesterday,
A bottle of water.
and I couldn't even go to sleep till almost 1 a.m. I don't know what it is.
My wife complained last night because I looked all hunched over all the time. She's like, sit up straight. The problem is I can't see if I don't hunch over. I hunch over because it gets the distance to my reading glasses.
So he watched himself on court last night. That's interesting.
Did you get some more?
If you don't. All right. Yeah, I left it in the room. I didn't know to bring it back in the room.
All right. We ready to proceed, Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir.
Jim,
Yes, sir.
if the jury's ready, we'll bring him in.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
I'm going to close this if that's okay.
That's fine.
That is a heavy gold cross on that man's neck.
One stand, please.
Thanks, sir.
We'll see how I feel and see if I interpret that in sign language. I don't know. I'm so exhausted. What I may do is when they go to lunch, I may shut this live down and start a new live because I'm going to lay down for an hour. I'm just so tired.
Thank you.
Do y'all see the space shuttle next to him? The judge has his space shuttle right there.
Good morning, Mr. Boswell. My name's Gene Scott. I represent your daughter.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Same better.
Understand. Got just a couple of things I want to ask
Save
you.
and fire.
I guess initially, you were convicted in this court of aggravated assault on December the 9th, 2014 felony offense?
What's that got to do with this case, sir?
Yes or no?
You
Yes.
answer his questions.
And likewise, you were convicted of kidnapping on 9/24/2014 in this court of a felony offense. Is that correct?
I took a plea bargain on it, yeah.
Were you convicted?
Because I took a plea bargain, I didn't take it to court. But since 2012, I've not had a speeding ticket.
Good for you, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
Sir, you were convicted in 2014. You said since 2012 you haven't done anything.
2014. No, that was 2012.
I don't think this line of questions.
I wasn't convicted enough in 14.
Right, we're gonna move on.
I was not convicted enough in 14.
He was.
Judge, we had a jury out hearing about what he could ask as far as that was concerned. Now we're just going into
Sidebar.
He probably would know when he was last convicted, y'all. I'd be standing up for that too, man. Oh, this heating pad feels so good. Thank you, Doug.
Go ahead, Mr. You can-
Mr. Boswell, I want to ask you just a few questions to follow up on your direct examination testimony.
Yes, sir.
Initially, I'll just start going backwards. We saw that drone video of your property. When was that taken? Do you know?
He stated the date. I don't remember dates and times.
That was taken after this investigation
Yeah.
had commenced.
Yeah.
Correct. After Evelyn's body had been found, obviously.
Yeah.
And talked about you have a gate
Yes, sir.
clicker, and I think you volunteered in your direct testimony that appeared on the drone video. If someone wanted to walk into that property, they just have to walk around the fence. It's not, you could walk in there.
Yeah,
easily.
you can walk in there.
It's not secured that someone couldn't walk in there.
Right.
And you said that Megan had a opener to the gate.
Yeah.
What kind of openers are those?
It's like a little key fob thing. And you stick them on your sun visor, just like your garage door opener, sort of.
Okay. And that was something she kept in her car?
Yeah.
So anyone who had her car would potentially have that. Is that reasonable?
Yep, somebody had her car.
You talked about a day that you saw Megan backed up to that yard barn with her trunk open.
Yes, sir.
Did you talk to her that day?
No, I was in a hurry. My boy, I think, had a seizure or something going on, and I had to get back up the hill to take care of him. But as I drove by, I seen her car backed up to that building with the door that rolled up and the trunk open, but I never seen her.
You didn't see her, just the car.
Just the car.
Also, you talked about Megan telling you at some point that Hunter's mom was babysitting Evelyn. You remember that?
Mhm.
Was Hunter present for that conversation?
No, not that I remember.
It's not that you can remember, or do you know one way or the other?
I don't think so, sir. I don't want to lie to you, but I
Appreciate
don't think so.
Were you present for all the searches conducted by law enforcement on your property?
Most time, yeah.
How many searches were conducted on your property?
Just one, I think.
You don't recall a search on February 23rd of 20?
That's when they brought the dog out, I think.
Okay. Who brought the dog?
TBI guy, I guess. I don't know who he was.
And that was prior to Evelyn's body being found.
Yeah, that's before.
And obviously they didn't find anything that day.
No,
Did you watch them run the dog?
not really. I watched some of it. I mean,
Okay. Did you see the dog pass in proximity to the playhouse?
they was mainly concerned down in there in that bottom where it's filled in at and back like that farm
Mhm.
that joins my property back around in there.
They searched the whole property though, didn't they?
I don't think they brought the dog on top of the hill. I don't know. I didn't watch them the whole time.
You didn't watch it. You don't
No, when they got the dog out, that's where they were at, down there in the bottom. And then I turned around doing something else.
You talked on your direct examination about how Megan come to move out of your home.
Mhm.
There's some kind of discord, I guess, with you, her, Ashley, about the way she kept her room.
Yes, sir.
Did you kick her out, basically?
No, I didn't kick her out.
What'd you do?
She went to my mother's, and I had a trailer waiting on her that her and my soon-to-be ex-wife Ashley cleaned up and got ready for her to move into.
Now, I want to talk to you about the dollhouse. Like you're the one that suggested that to law enforcement that they should search that. Is that right?
How all I got started was about the phone. Me and Ashley's talking about the phone. They come and got the phone, and then me and Ashley kept talking. I said, "What about that stuff Megan put down there in Dad's building?" So she called them back. They come back, went down there, and as I was leaving, I said, "Oh, there's the playhouse Dad had built for her too."
But just to be clear, you didn't see Megan put anything in the building. You saw her car.
I just seen her car,
Not
and
Megan.
the trunk was raised. I didn't see nobody. I was more concerned about my son. I had to go get his medicine because he had a seizure.
Okay. Oh, the day you saw the car.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand.
So I was getting it up the hill to take care of him.
And had you never thought, when did you start to suspect the child could be on your property?
I didn't suspect child was on my property.
Why did you call them to come down to the yard barn?
To see if there's a clue in that stuff she put in the building. Because I worked right hand in hand with law enforcement that tried to help them every way I could.
When's the last time you were in that dollhouse?
I couldn't tell you, sir. It's been years.
It's been years since you've been in.
I couldn't tell you when's the last time I've been in that dollhouse. Half them buildings down there, I don't go in.
How big is your property?
11 acres, 10.9 acres to be exact.
How close is that dollhouse to your house?
It's about 600 feet away, 700.
It's close to your mother's house.
Yep.
You go see your mother often?
But when I go to my mom's, she could go into the back because she can't get down her steps. So I cut her spot out around the back so she go in the back, not to climb the steps. So we're going out the back.
But you were down there at your mom's during that time frame, weren't you?
Not that much sometimes.
I could have 1 second, Judge.
Good morning, Toxic.
No further questions. Thank you, Mr. Boswell.
Read.
No, Your Honor.
Is he free to go, or does he need to remain under?
I would say under subpoena, Judge, we would ask that he not watch the trial or talk about it.
We've instructed them. As far as
Mr.
that's
Boswell, you're finished with your testimony for now.
Okay,
You're
sure.
being subject to recall.
Okay.
So you're not to discuss your testimony with any other witness or allow any witness to discuss their testimony with you. You're specifically ordered not to watch the live prosecution.
Okay. Oh, I never watched TV anyway. Thank you, sir.
Go with Lieutenant. Sorry, next.
State would call him Austin Feller.
It's a sleepy morning. I'm ready for bed. Got up too early. We're gonna end this live and come back on lunch break when they take a lunch break, and I'm gonna go lay down for a few.
Mr. Boswell, sit right there for a while.
Yes, y'all donate. Go to buy me a coffee dash as the gavel Lee as the Gavely. Oh, these early mornings kill me, man.
Raise your right hand, sir. State your
I
name.
am just
Austin
so
Bell.
ready for
solemnly
sleep.
swear affirm testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat over here. Speak in the microphone for us.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
You're Austin Feller, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And Mr. Feller, at one point in time, did you live at a trailer park out on Sugar Hollow Road?
Yes.
Sugar
Is that in Sullivan
holla.
County.
Yes.
All right. And
My
why were you
my
living there at that
family's
particular
neck of the
location?
woods.
Because at the time I was working for Tommy and Sons Paving, and they said I could live there for free if I were to do maintenance on the trailer park.
Okay. And was that back in 2019?
Yes.
I'm going to hand you two pictures, Mr. Feller, and ask you if you recognize what's shown in those pictures.
Yeah, I recognize them.
Okay. And what are they? What is it?
The pictures of the trailer that she lived in.
Okay. And when you say she, you're referring to Megan Boswell?
Yes, sir.
All right. And were you living out there at those trailers in Sugar Hollow when Miss Boswell moved in?
I never met her in person.
Okay.
I think the time I moved out there, she was already out and kind of unknown whereabouts.
Okay. Do you recognize those photos as being the trailer that she lived in?
Yes.
All right. And are they true and accurate depictions of the outside of the trailer?
Yes, sir.
All right. Judge, we would move to make those, I believe it's two photos, be 49 and 50.
Any objection?
No, sir.
You feel good at 49, 50.
I'm going to publish those to the jury. Mr. Feller, is that, I'm showing what's been introduced as Exhibit 49. Does that show the outside of the trailer looking at it from the front?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to show you Exhibit 50. What does that show?
The front of the trailer.
Okay. Just a little closer view.
Yeah.
All right. Now, at some point in time while you were working out there, living in those trailers for Mr. Boswell, were you asked to clean out that particular trailer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
Exact date, no, but it was probably about a week and a half after I moved into the trailer. I lived in there.
Okay. When was that?
It's been like 5 years ago.
Okay.
I couldn't give you an exact date.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
That's fine. All right. And did you in fact go to that trailer and clean it out?
Yes.
Okay. If you would kind of describe for the jury what you found when you got inside there.
When I got in the trailer, there was dirty diapers stuck and molded to the floor of the carpet. Couldn't even open the fridge. It was so bad. I just left it alone, let Tommy and them deal with it. There was open jugs of milk in the oven.
Ew.
Food on the ground, just feces on the ground, just very nasty. Just not clean at all. Bad.
All right. And did you take photos of what it looked like?
I did, but I don't have those photos of that phone anymore.
Okay. That's fine. All right.
Good approach.
Side by.
Okay, I'm trying to connect him. Is he this brother? Am I missing something?
Go ahead.
Mr. Feller, I'm going to hand you 6 photographs and ask you if you can identify what's shown in those photos.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Those are the photos you took that show the inside conditions of the trailer.
Yeah.
All right. Do they accurately depict the condition of the inside of the trailer when you found it?
They do.
All right. Judge, I'd move to make those the next 6 exhibits.
The,
51 through 56.
51 through 56.
Asked to publish those to the jury, Judge.
All right.
Mr. Feller, I'm going to start with exhibit 51. You tell us what we're seeing in this particular photo.
The bedroom.
And that's the condition and the state you found it in when you
Yes.
entered. You did not move or toss anything or otherwise.
Everything you see is exactly what I walked into.
All right. Now I'm going to show exhibit 52. What are we looking at there?
The hallway into, I believe, the daughter's bedroom.
All right. And again, you did not.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sustain that objection. There's been no foundation that he would know that that was the daughter's bedroom. And I'm going to instruct that you're not to consider that statement for any purpose for deliberation. If you can do that, raise your right hand. Every juror is raised right hand. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh, so what did he
Mr.
strike?
Feller, this is the picture. You're not sure.
Let me read that again.
There's been no foundation that he would know that that was the daughter's bedroom. And I'm going to instruct that you're not to consider that statement for any purpose for deliberation. If you can do that, raise your right hand. Every juror is raised right hand. Go ahead, Jim.
All right. So, Mr. Feller, this is the picture. You're not sure. You don't have any knowledge as far as who was staying in what particular rooms, but that's another angle and picture you've taken from inside the trailer.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? Now showing exhibit 53.
I think that was the walking into her room, Megan's room.
Well, don't speculate as to whose rooms.
Gotcha. Okay.
Same instruction.
Okay. So you've taken a photo looking into another bedroom. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. Now it's showing exhibit 54, where what's shown in that photo?
The living room.
All right. And again, you did not place or move or disturb anything. That's exactly as you saw it.
Exactly what I saw when I walked into.
Whoa. Okay.
From the kitchen going into the living room.
All right. This is exhibit 55. All right. You're standing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That where that was taken from.
Yes.
And exhibit 56.
Kitchen.
It's a photo looking in on the stove and the refrigerator that way. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. And again, you did not place any objects, move any objects prior to taking these photos.
No, sir.
After you removed all these items from, or what did you do with the stuff after you took these photos?
I was instructed to take it to the back of the driveway where Tommy and Sons had a big dump truck, and they just used equipment and put most of it in there.
Okay. Did you remove all that, lack of a better term, trash and stuff that we saw?
Everything, trash, carpet. I mean, completely remodeled the whole entire thing.
Okay. What was the condition? I mean, was it like inside after you got all that stuff out of there?
After I got everything out, I mean, I had to rip up subflooring and put down new subflooring and linoleum. And I mean, it was bad.
Okay. Was there any sort of odor or anything in the trailer?
I had to use respirators to enter the house.
Oh,
Was there a particular
that's
reason why
bad.
you had a respirator on? Or-
It's just such a foul odor coming from the just moldy milk and food and dirty diapers that were laying out. Just bad smell.
All right. Thank you, sir. If you would answer any questions, Mr. Scott. I have for you.
Morning, Mr. Fellers.
Morning.
When you don't know when you moved in out of the trailer park?
It's been so long, I couldn't really give you an exact date.
Without giving me an exact date, was it before or after Christmas of 2019?
I think after. I think so.
Do you remember what the weather was like when you were cleaning out the trailer?
It was warm.
It was warm.
Yes.
So probably February.
Probably before Christmas, then if it was warm.
Before Christmas, if it was warm. How much before Christmas?
I like I said, I couldn't give you an exact date or anything like that. I just knew that it was pretty warm outside. I didn't really need much of a coat, just some long sleeves or, you know.
You never met Megan?
No, sir.
So the pictures, you took those contemporaneous with cleaning it out?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Just because it was the worst thing I've ever seen. I've never cleaned out a place like that, looked like that.
Just wanted to show people what it looked like?
Well, to show Tommy and them, because they didn't step inside or go inside. They just wanted it cleaned. So gave those pictures to them.
All right. Thank you so much.
Sir.
Nothing further, Judge.
Does he need to remain on understand?
I don't think, Judge, I think he can be released.
Mr. Feller, thank you for your testimony today. You're released from your subpoena.
Thank you.
State call James Lewis.
Yeah, she's a good, clean tenant. Wonderful mom.
WIS, yes.
Raise your right hand, sir. State your name.
James Lewis.
You solemnly swear affirm testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and the truth, sir.
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning.
You are James Lewis, is that correct?
Yes,
And Mr. Lewis, where are you employed?
with the Department of Children's Services.
What is your current assignment there?
Currently, I'm a supervisor for the department in the Division of Child Protective Services.
How long have you been employed by, we call it DCS for short?
Yeah,
All right. How long have you been employed there?
I've been with DCS for 6.5 years now.
All right. Back in February, specifically February 18th of 2020, what was your assignment with the department at that time?
Yeah, so my role at the department during that time was an investigator to investigate reports that we received in Child Protective Services.
Okay. So in other words, well, maybe explain for the jury how that process works as far as you're referring to allegations of child abuse.
Yes,
Is that right?
correct.
Okay. So if you
Yes.
would kind of educate the jury a little bit about how that process works.
So the department receives referrals of reports of abuse or neglect. We receive a report from our Nashville office that receives the intake, then it gets sent over to the worker. And then from there, we review the report, the allegations that came into the report, and then we start following our policy and procedures that can be found, and outlined in 14.6 for policy and procedures, and start investigating, doing internet checks and background searches, and really just start notifying important personnel that need to be involved in the case. For example, like our Child Protective Investigation Team in Sullivan County.
All right. Back on February 18th, 2020, did you get a referral that was made on a 15-month-old child by the name of Evelyn Boswell?
Yes,
All right. And was that particular referral assigned to you?
it was.
Okay. For purposes only of explaining why you did what you did, what was the nature
I'll be right
of
back.
the abuse
I'm gonna go wake
allegation?
up.
The allegations in the report.
Yes. All right. If you would,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
The allegations that came into the report that day state a lack of supervision and physical abuse.
In regards to Evelyn Boswell. Is that
Evelyn
correct?
Boswell, yes.
Okay. So after you get the referral, what's the first step you take after that?
Typically, the first step when we receive these reports is we would reach out to the person that made the report, and then we would see if there was any additional information that needed to be added or to clarify the report in general. And then from there, my next step was to reach out to any collateral contacts and notify our Child Protective Investigation Team partners.
Okay. You used a term or a phrase, collateral contacts. For those of us who don't know, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so a collateral contact would be someone that lives outside the home, anybody that would have information to the report. That's what we refer to whenever I say collateral contact.
Okay. You've identified, and we've talked about the fact that this referral involved Evelyn Boswell. Were you able to identify who the parents of the child were?
I was able to understand that, come to learn that the parents of Evelyn Boswell was only, to my knowledge, at that point in time, it was Megan Boswell, the mother.
Okay.
Was the parent.
All right. And did you attempt to locate where Megan Boswell was at that time?
Yes.
Okay. As part of your file there at DCS,
Hello?
do you all obtain
Hold on.
birth certificates or other documents that would
Hello?
identify who the parents of the child were?
I'm trying to get my volume up.
Yes.
Hold on.
Did you, in this case, obtain a copy
Hey,
of
Mom.
Evelyn's birth certificate
I did.
as part of your
Hey.
file?
I
Yes.
texted you. You didn't see my text, I guess, or haven't had time.
Mr. Lewis, I'm going to hand you a document and ask you if you can identify it. What is it, sir?
So this is the certificate of live birth for Evelyn May Boswell, child.
Okay. And is that the birth certificate that you obtained of Evelyn for this
Yes.
particular case?
It is.
All right. Judge, we would move to make that exhibit. I believe it's 57.
No objection. 57.
All right. Mr. Lewis, you indicated that you were able to learn where Megan Boswell was that particular time. Did you then, what was the next step in your investigation?
Once I received information from Detective Tracy Jerez, who I was working the case with, that she had sent patrol officers out to the home that Megan Boswell was living at to see if Megan was there, and that she had received information that Megan had just arrived at the home. And then from that point in time, Detective Tracy Jerez and myself decided to go to the home to speak with Megan Boswell.
Okay. And where was this home?
The address is 217 Sandy Point Drive, or Sandy Point Street, Bluntville, Tennessee.
Okay. And just generally, where is that located?
It's in Bluntville. It wasn't
Okay.
far from my office. I couldn't give you.
Okay. It's here in Sullivan County.
Yes, in Sullivan County.
All right. Did it take you all long to get there?
No, it did not take us that long.
Okay. What did you find when you arrived there at that address?
So when we pulled into the address, we saw the patrol officers with Megan Boswell in the garage of the home.
What kind of, just generally describe what kind of home this is for the jury.
The home is it's a 2-story house. It had a basement, larger, more of a typical subdivision type home. From the outside, the appearance, it was very well kept. It was a typical home that you would find in maybe one of your more newer built subdivisions, is the way I would describe it.
All right. So you arrive, Miss Boswell is there at the residence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Anybody else there present with her?
Outside of myself, Detective Tracy Jerez, and the patrol officers, no.
Okay. Was Evelyn there with her?
No.
Okay. What did you do next as far as your investigation was concerned?
My next steps was to notify Megan Boswell of the report that the Department of Children's Services received, the allegations in the report, and to conduct some inquiry as to where Evelyn was, and to ask questions concerning Evelyn, to check on her well-being and her safety. So I initiated the conversation to learn where Evelyn was and to see if we could observe Evelyn to ensure that she was safe and that she was okay.
Okay. Specifically, did you ask Miss Boswell where Evelyn was at that particular time?
I did.
Okay. And what was her response?
Megan informed myself and Detective Tracy Jerez that Evelyn was with Ethan Perry.
Okay.
Did you know who Ethan Perry was at that time?
At that time, it come to my knowledge that he was the alleged father of Evelyn Boswell.
Did Miss Boswell tell you that?
Yes. She did tell me that Evelyn was with her dad.
Okay. Did Megan give you any sort of contact information for how you could get in touch with Ethan?
She did not.
What was her demeanor while you were talking to her about her daughter?
The way I would describe Megan's demeanor, it wasn't much affect. When I say that, I would say there wasn't much emotion as concern. I didn't notice any concern when speaking with Megan. She just stuck at that point in time to telling us that Evelyn was with Ethan, and then from there, I asked her to show me, of course, evidence that a child had been with her.
Okay. All right. So did you go inside the house with her? How did you do that?
She invited me into the home and walked me through the home. Nothing at that point in time appeared to be observable to be outside of a typical home. I didn't see any safety concerns as far as what we may consider a safety concern for a child at that age. She walked me. I asked to see a crib or a pack and play. She said that those items were elsewhere, that she didn't have any of those items. She proceeded to lead me to the bedroom where she could show me some items of Evelyn's. And so I followed her to the bedroom.
Okay. All right. And did you observe any items?
I asked her what items she did have. She proceeded to tell me that she had an outfit and what she called a memory box.
Okay. You said an outfit. Was that one singular outfit?
I observed one outfit, yes.
Okay. Do you see any other baby items, diapers?
No.
Anything like that?
After she showed me the memory box and opened it to observe some items in it, and the outfit that was still on the hanger, it was new and it hadn't been worn. And she took me downstairs to show me a sippy cup.
Okay. And did you take a photograph or a picture of these items that she showed you?
I did.
All right. Mr. Lewis, I'm going to hand you 4 photographs and ask you if you can identify what's shown in those photos. Do you recognize those?
Yes.
What are they photos of?
This first photo is the photograph of what she described as the sippy cup.
That's fine. Go to the next one.
And then the next photo I'm looking at is the bedroom that she reported to be staying in with Preston Wood.
Okay. All right. The next one.
The next photo is the photo of the what she described as the memory box.
Okay, is there one more?
And the next photo is the outfit that she showed to me.
All right.
On the hanger.
And do you recognize those as being the photos that you took that day while you were in the residence?
Yes.
And are they true and accurate photos of what you saw?
Yes.
Judge, we've moved to make those exhibits 58 through 61.
Those are the full exhibits.
Judge, I'm going to ask to publish those if I could. Mr. Lewis, I'm showing what's exhibit 58. What is that photo of?
This is a photo of the cup that Megan Boswell informed me that Evelyn Boswell would drink from.
Is that the only kind of dish or spoon or item of silverware that she showed you that
Yes.
belonged to Evelyn? Now looking at exhibit 59, what's that a photograph of?
That's a photograph of Megan Boswell standing in the room where she reported to be living with Preston Wood.
Did you observe any items, any baby items, toys, clothing, anything else in that room?
No.
Now looking at exhibit 60, what is that?
That is the box that Megan Boswell showed to me that she described as the memory box with items of a rattler, handprint, and footprints of Evelyn.
Okay. Did you take any of these items at this time, or did you just take photographs of it?
I just took photographs.
And now showing you exhibit 61.
This is a photograph of the outfit that Megan showed me was Evelyn's, but it was still on the hangers and had tags on it. It's new.
Okay. You tailed off a little bit there. Did you say it still had tags on it?
Yes.
Okay. Any other items of children's clothing that she was able to show you?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed your lunch is here, so we're going to stop. We'll be back at 1:15. Mr. Lewis, I'm going to instruct you not to discuss your testimony with any other witness or allow any witness to discuss their testimony with you, and not to watch any live stream of the trial.
Okay, so mom called. I need to go with her tonight. I need to go with her tonight to a meeting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this live. We will be back at 12:15 our time, Central Standard Time, 1:15 their time. I know. I know. I'm quiet because I'm flabbergasted. I'm angry. and I'd rather be quiet than say what I'm thinking, because it's very not nice. But I've got to take care of a few things, so we'll be back again in an hour and 15 minutes. Gail, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. It's one of those mornings where it's just, but that's okay. I'm gonna go get me some coffee, take care of a few things, get ready for this evening, and I'll be back in an hour and 15. Thanks for joining me. Have a great and awesome lunch break. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day. Till next time, take care.